Welcome back from that short break, and I want to thank you so much for watching up to this time. We're still checking the newspaper headlines across newspapers around Nigeria, and this time we're going to check our last paper, and it will be the Friday leadership for today, the 13th day in the month of October. And on the Friday leadership, here we have headlines reading Articles Appeal, Mayor Blockbuster. Tinubu tells Supreme Court. And page 7 is where you find details of that story. Right besides it, we see Israel, Palestine, UN decries dire situation. Death toll reaches 2,837. All right, very short story, but then you find details on page 22 of the Friday leadership. To the main headline here, it says, 8 years after CBN opens Forex border to 43 banned items, manufacturing sector suffers setback. Naira heads for wars, puts pressure on foreign reserves. All right, other stories. Why Olukayode was appointed EFCC chairman, presidency. We need to get more details of their explanation why he was appointed. Please go to page 7 of the Friday leadership. Also, we see Abdullahi Ajulo, Badewale Falana's wife, 54 orders, gets SAN ranks. All right, page 6 is where the details is. AU ECOWAS observers prefer solutions to Liberia's electoral challenges. And at the bottom, IMF discusses debt with creditors as Nigeria considers restructuring. All right, page 6 and 19 is where details of those two stories are. And lastly, Uba, APC has conquered Southeast. Akpabio speaking. All right. Page 23 is where you get details of that story, but let's get into our conversation. And this time, let's go to the situation in Israel. That war in Israel is still raging. And this time, at this time, reports saying death toll has risen to over 2,000. Almost 3,000 persons have been confirmed dead. And this is not just the numbers, as I will always say. There are more people that have not been found yet, probably buried under the rubbles or more. But then at this time, the figures are just close to 3,000 people that have been confirmed dead. And at this time, UN is decrying the dire situation in Israel, as, of course, we know that Israel has cut off power, food supply, petrol supply to Gaza. And the hospitals are already jammed with injured people, children, women, boys and girls, most especially at the Gaza Strip. We know that, yes, Israel is also counting their losses. But if you see images coming out of the Gaza Strip, it will worry you. It's disturbing. And, we also know that Israel has also pledged to intensify their attacks on Gaza. And these are not very good times for the people living in Gaza. What's your reaction to all of this happening?
It's a very sorry state, the way the whole thing is going right now, because we don't know when this war will end. Today makes it 1 week, and it's just like the war is just about to start. Okay, reason why am I saying that? Because the IDF, that's Israel Defense Force, sent message across to the people of Gaza to leave the northern part of the city and come down south, because they are coming on a ground force to wipe Hamas. So, you now question, why would Hamas, go that brutal and feel that they will not get, because let's face the fact, you cannot compare Hamas and the Israeli Defense Force.
They are no match.
And you have also created room, if you ask me. But then you also ask the question, how long are we going to get this heat from Israel without retaliating? Okay, but then that is where diplomacy also comes in play. Had it been that these guys came together in a diplomatic manner, we would have seen all these casualties, both on the US side, on the Israeli side, and the Palestinian side. But then why I also feel that this might just escalate, already we talked yesterday about Lebanon. Why I think that this might escalate further is because of how Syria was attacked yesterday by Israel. So the airport in Damascus was affected and flights were cancelled.
Yeah.
So you then begin to wonder what is giving US, as in Israel, this power. It is the United States too, because the United States contributes to their budget, be it the general budget or military budget. And just yesterday, the Secretary of State, which is their foreign minister, was in Tel Aviv yesterday to see Netanyahu, that's the Prime Minister of Israel. And he told him that yes, I am coming here on the umbrella of the US, but I'm also coming here as a Jew that I am, and I'm going to support the people of Israel to respond to Hamas. So that is the kind of rage that we are expecting, because it seems that even the US are not going to back down. It will just be a destructive next, I don't know, should I say a few days and all that, but it is not a sight to behold. Right?
Yeah, and you know that experts have also warned that this should not spiral into some kind of religious conflict, because it's beginning to raise that religious tension around the world. The Palestinians are saying this is not a war against Hamas. This is a war against their beliefs, against everything as regards, who they are. And if they're beginning to sell out that narrative, it might just spiral into something or some reaction from different parts of the world. Already, experts have also said that the region is already very tense, because you talked about Lebanon, you talked about Syria. These are countries around, these countries at war. And we're beginning to see that the border tension around these areas is beginning to increase, and it's a thing to worry about. The United States, yes, have however warned other countries to stay clear this fight and allow the two parties to express themselves for now. But, I mean, the losses are troubling to see, to say the least. You don't want to look at those reports. It will break you. It will break you. So we just hope that, peace returns as quickly as possible. At this point in time, Israel is not backing down, because they say that, Hamas has desecrated our land. They've raped our women. They've kidnapped our mothers, our brothers, our sisters, and they've killed them in a very brutal, style and way that we know them to be as terrorists. And so we're not going to let this repeat itself again. We're going to make this an unforgettable, or regrettable attempt from them. And they are doing that very well. Just like you rightly said, a lot of people wonder why Hamas rose up to attack Israel the way they did. I mean, what was the effrontery? Like, what is behind you? And they've also linked all of that to different, Bitcoin's accounts as part of funding for this war. Yes, Israeli government said they've been able to, bring down a lot of those Bitcoins, accounts that are sending money. But then there are thousands of more of them that are, giving out sponsorship to the Hamas. And so this is troubling. Yeah. So, from the way the reports are looking, it doesn't look as though the war is going to end anytime soon. But we hope that the UN and all the, world organizations should begin to intervene and see how quickly, because the kidnapped victims on the side of the Palestinians, we have the British, we have the Americans there, and they right now the Israeli government is saying that we're not making any effort to bring your people back. Please allow us to focus on the war, and we will do our job. But for now, is that we are not in for negotiations to get back, captives. We want to continue with our offensive. And when it is time, we're going to, ask for release of these captives. But, we continue to follow the developments coming out of that Israel-Palestine war. Stay here with us on TAP TV to get updated. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And, of course, follow us on all our social media platforms. But that's where we're going to draw the curtains for today. Thank you so much, Victor.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you enjoy your weekend.
You too.
All right, and to our viewers, thank you for watching. Until next time, we'll come your way again. My name is William Sabule, and this has been the News Super Review on TAP TV.